Have I Got News for You goes out with a bang in half an hour.
Mark, you've got something in your ear.
What?
It's all right, that's why Mark aren't his long hair, so he can cover up the little things that creep out of his ear every now and again.
What is in my ear?
But we're going to be in the studio, not now, but later with Jools, and this is Crowded House, and you get a chance to look very closely inside Mark Hart's ear via the courtesy of magic of television.
What is in my ear?
BBC2.
I'd rather not know.
I'll tell you later. Don't be late.
One day, those stars in my garden, I'll turn them on all night.
Morris's world is dark and loveless until suddenly...
Summon me with a switch, says the wizard on the wall, and I will light your home.
It beats as it sweeps, as it cleans.
Can you hear the tower? It's breathing. It's alive.
But his growing obsession sparks a family breakup.
He's the one that's sick, not me.
I thought you were dead.
Stephanie Cole, Ronald Pickup, and Francis Barber in The Cold Light of Day, Wednesday at 9 on BBC2.
Now on BBC2, time for the last in the series, revealing the lives of extraordinary women through their diaries and secret writing. An insight into two different perspectives of slavery. The Two Marys. There's an illustrated booklet based on this series. More information can be found on CFAX, page 625.
New York is like a sea that never stops moving and keeps throwing you around, and people are always changing their appointments. Here at MoMA, I want to organize exhibitions that are beautiful and useful and interesting, but also fun. Design has to, first of all, be accessible to people, but that's not enough. It also has to give an everyday example of beauty to the world. I miss my family in Milan, but I have to say that I've met the best Italians here. It's as if they have brought with them the best of Italy, but also learned the best from America. In the end, design has to be about the way we live and the times we live in. It has to contribute to those times, and it has to speak to them.
This is BBC2. In half an hour after the next programme, the BBC lawyers will be packing their suitcases, breathing a sigh of relief, and going wherever BBC lawyers go for a holiday.
Good evening and welcome to the final programme in the series, and with Paul Merton leading by 4 programmes to 3, Ian Hislop has everything to play for, except any prospect of an overall victory. Elsewhere in the news, there are suspicions that the BBC's coverage of the European elections was subject to government interference. After overcoming accusations of sexual harassment, Bill Clinton is introduced to his new White House staff. And following gruelling screen tests, the new James Bond is finally announced. With Ian Hislop, a comedian who is currently to be heard on Radio 1, where she's a new hit of the season. So in a few years' time, expect to see her opening supermarkets and playing Shawaddy Waddy records on Radio Trent. Donna McPhail. And with Paul, we were hoping to be joined by a tub of lard, but unfortunately it pulled out at the last minute. So instead we just went out onto the street and grabbed the nearest passerby, along with his 9 bodyguards, Salman Rushdie.
Tonight, BBC2 brings alive the haunting myth of love, passion and betrayal in Purcell's short opera Dido and Aeneas. Maria Ewing is Dido, Queen of Carthage, Carl Damon her lover Aeneas. Sexual passion and duty tear them apart when destiny summons Aeneas to abandon his vows of fidelity. The Purcell season continues with Dido and Aeneas tonight at 8:05 on BBC2.
Near-death experiences come under the spotlight on BBC2 in half an hour, another topic for discussion with Oprah Winfrey. Well, now BBC2 goes behind the scenes of the BBC's latest costume drama Pride and Prejudice to witness the transformation from page to screen.
I think that anybody taking on Pride and Prejudice, which is so many people's favourite book, it's my favourite book, are taking on a big risk. I know if anybody else was adapting it, I'd be watching extremely critically. Clint Eastwood comes to the rescue of Shirley MacLaine under the baking hot sun in the Mexican desert, and then begins to wish he'd left her to fry. 2 Mules for Sister Sarah, the big movie on BBC One in about 5 minutes. Here on BBC2.